Okay, so I went and I saw the Happytime Murders. And this is not for kids. I mean, the trailers implied that. They had an NC-17 trailer that came out. All of it was like, no, don't bring your kids to this. This movie was like Roger Rabbit on steroids, okay? It kind of had a similar plot to it, okay? Somebody's going around and killing the puppets that are in the movie, okay? Now, it's an alternate reality where puppets are blending in with society, and it's like anything else, kind of like Roger Rabbit, the cartoons, Toontown, they all like blended into society. It was common knowledge that cartoons existed. Same thing here with the puppets. Now, Jim Henson's son directed this film and produced this film, and it was fantastic. I mean, they had a little bit of a blend of CGI in certain scenes in order to make the characters look lifelike as they walk down the street and things like that. I don't think that Jim Henson himself would have been upset that his son made this movie with all this vulgarity and the puppets doing all sorts of stuff. I got to make sure I don't call them Muppets, because they were puppets. They could not be confused or farther from what the Muppets are. The other thing is, the reason I say that about Jim Henson is because he liked to tell other stories besides just Sesame Street. He did The Dark Crystal. They did Labyrinth. And Labyrinth was scary to a lot of people when they were younger. And so was The Dark Crystal. I mean, when those horseshoe crab guys were like, and they were all like going around, and it was scary, when they were coming to kill the Gelflings. And even the Skeksis were, they were all creepy and stuff. So he liked to blend puppets with live action, and I don't think he would have frowned upon this movie. I did notice on the movie poster, it did say, no Sesame, all street, because it was pretty hardcore. So you had Melissa McCarthy was in it. She did a great job. She played the type of character that we expect from Melissa McCarthy. And I had a good time with it. For a while there, Melissa McCarthy was like the it girl. So she was like boom, 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 knocking out movies and was everywhere. And I kind of got a little, she felt like the same thing over and over again. But this is fresh. It's fun. Once again, her husband, Ben Falcone, he had a small cameo in the movie, which I thought was neat. And I didn't know he was in it until I saw him appear, and I was like, oh! And it was kind of had that Sesame Street quality where some named people kept popping up in these small roles. Joel McHale was in the film. I really like him. He was funny in this. Maya Rudolph was in it from Saturday Night Live, so it had it had that feel to it. There was a lot of raunchy stuff that went on in this thing. I am going to have another video with my expanded thoughts on it, which is going to go into a lot of detail. So you may want to watch that one. This is kind of the clean version of what I'm trying to say. So all in all, it was a good film. I think it finished number 3 at the box office this weekend. It might have been number 2. I'll have to go back and check. But it had a small budget. I think it had a $30 million budget. So that's not going to be bad to like climb the ladder and get. So, the rule of thumb in the film industry is you got to, double your budget to kind of break even with all the marketing, and then the rest of it's kind of the cherry on top. So it needs to make about $60 million over the course of its run, and I think it'll do that. And again, it was a lot of fun, a lot of craziness. It may not be a date movie. I mean, this is the kind of movie that I would say guys would go to over women, unless you've got that really twisted sense of humor. There's Muppets with guns, there's Muppets shooting other Muppets. I mean, the stuff that goes on in this thing, there's Muppets, I can't keep saying Muppet, puppet sex, which on the same line as Team America, where, there's some nasty stuff going down. But if you can understand that type of humor, then I think you'll get it, and you won't be offended. You know, the puppets are doing drugs, but it's not really drugs, it's sugar. That's how they get high, is snorting sugar, and drinking sugar. So a lot of them, they act like drunks in alleyways with bottles of maple syrup, and they're like, hey man, you know. And so there's a lot of that, and it's just, there's some twists in it, but basically the whole premise of the story is very similar to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There is a twist at the end, but you'll know what I mean when you see it coming. But anyway, so that's that. Like I said, I'm gonna have another video with my expanded thoughts, and this was just a general impression of the Happytime Murders. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Will it be on my DVD list? Probably not. Is it going to be one that I'm going to stream again? Yeah, with the right audience. I could have fun with this movie later on as well. So if you like this video, you know, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and give me your thoughts in the comments down below.